Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be my showcase on Zombie Punk, CM Punk. I'm going to show you with and without the gears. He's really easy to do. I like it when it's MP gears because I can just pretend like I don't have the extra MP. So I will show you what he's like with and without the gear. Two different builds, but many different ways to run both of them. So I think it's going to end up being like 6 or 7 variations of the two builds with and without gear. I'm missing the CC account is missing one moment. It does have the X break gems do 150% more and red gems do 50% more, but it's missing the other moment. So this is adding a lot on the unblockable for sure. And a decent amount with an okay amount of with both of them on the other builds. So do keep that in mind. I am using 100% strap, so you know, if you get like if you have 150, that will help make up for it and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. There's only so much I can do. So Punk is, in my opinion, has the best top end of any of the zombies that have been released before this year, and it's not even close. So when you see him at his complete top end, you're like, holy cow. Also, I think you can make a case Punk is the best fighting zombie in the game, including what we have so far this year. So strap in and get ready for it. I like Punk a lot. And we're going to get started with no gear, unblockable. We're using the Bite, 5 MP, 713k damage, increase your purple MP by 10. It is also a sub reversal. Welcome to the Underworld, 5 MP cross X break. 1.2 million damage, 35 random into X. Decayed elbow drop, 10 MP finisher, 1.1 million damage plus 321k bonus damage for every X break. Then finisher, 1.1, swap a 3x3 random area into red, pin the opponent. Entourage for this one, Butch gets everything loaded because 1 for our turn. Then we got Honky Tonk Man for 100% X break. We got Kane for 1 X break and 25% X break. And we have Almost for 100% X break. So that brings him up to 36 gems at 1 million apiece. So without the moment, he would do 36 million unblockable. With the moment, it's a lot more. And we do have the moment. So, but without, this would be 36 million. So it's really easy for me to let you guys know the difference in unblockable that way. Now with the moment, we are up to 36 at 1.52 million. Times 36. It's 54 million unblockable with the moment. And this is with no plates and no gear. I'm not going to put a bunch of plates on this build. You could add stuff. It'll do a little bit. Not nearly as much as the plate. The plates are coming on the other builds, right? This is mainly to show you with the moment and no gear, you're going to get 54 mil unblockable. And then another 14 million. So that's like what? 69 million with no gear, and then a bunch of it being unblockable with the 1 moment. Now, if you have the gear with this exact same setup, you slot in DDP and the unblockable goes even higher, right? So really easy switch. So we'll get right in there, hit that. The gear is so beneficial, not needing MP trainers. DDP for 4 extras and 50%, so that puts us up to 40. And now we got a whole passel of X break damage. Indeed, I said a passel. All right, so we have 40 at... Well, we'll find out after we put the X breaks out. When I click the finisher. At 1.68 million. That's 67.2 million unblockable. Followed by blowing up the board for another, I think it's like 17-ish, 15. Puts that up to 82 mil total. And I'm just checking on my phone on Mherex account. I have the other moment. So the other moment, so if you have both moments, the other moment adds 100% X break gem damage. So you would add another 100% on top of that, or another 300k. And we were doing Let me go back in and look so I can tell you what it would be. If you have if you have both moments and his gear, then the unblockable goes even higher. I'll just add like, it's 330k, I think it is, base, so it adds 100% to that. Let me look him up again on my account. Mherex there. Base is 321k, so we would add another 321k to this total. So 1.68 puts it 321k, puts it to 2 million even. So you'd be doing 80 million unblockable with both moments in the gear. All right. So yeah, that's nothing to sneeze at, unblockable wise. But we're just getting started. We are just getting started. Okay, so this moveset is really interesting. I messed around with a bunch of different trainers, and I landed on this. Because there's so many X breaks, and the X break gem trainers are just higher than the other available trainers. It's almost exactly the same. The only other move we're going to use this whole preview is this, and there's a ton of different ways to run this though. So it's let the bodies hit the floor, 10 MP, 1.49 million damage, and increase the damage of all your gems by 450%. That is a ridiculously high amount. I can't explain to you how big of a gem buff that is. Well, I can, it's 450%, but it's awesome. Then finisher, deal, I think that's 3 million damage and destroy 35 random X breaks. You don't care about the move damage here though, let's be real. So honestly, this is almost like the other one. Because we have so many X breaks, we're going to add that 100% on it on those particular gems, right? And then rainbow, we are going to use, because all gem colors, we're using Stunning Steve for 40%. So that's the only change up, right? And we keep in mind we do have the moment, so that's also buffing this a little bit. So this isn't quite stock punk, but it's almost stock punk. And these are very friendly trainers we have equipped. And if you don't have almost, you can just use Hogan, Hall of Fame Hogan. He goes up to 30% rainbow gem damage, right? So that would be the play there. And that's 80 million gem with no plates. No messing around, no fuss. So like even his like no plate stuff is significantly better than LA Knight's no plate stuff. No gear, no plates, Punk wins hands down. Both either build, really. Probably. Maybe not. Yeah, I think, maybe not the unblockable build. All right, now, okay. This, what if you just want to throw a Royal Rumble on, right? For a plate? You could technically use any color because this is rainbow gem damage. You could use any Royal Rumble. You could use the mystery plate. You know what? Let's have some fun here. I did not put these plates on yet. So in order of how good they would be, purple would be his, I'm sorry, red would be his best because this is highest gem damage. Purple would be number 2, blue and green tied for number 3, black and yellow tied for number whatever that is, 5 and 6. Let's do a couple runs with the rainbow one, because of the way the mechanic works with rainbows. I forget what it's called, so I can't search it up, because it's the Ring of Royalty. Okay. So this is going to make 30 wild cards. Let's see what this one does. With this, let's also change the trainers. Because we're really doubling down on gems and we don't know what we're going to get, I'm going with Hall of Fame Lex. It could be any Hall of Famer here. We don't need the MP. And this is no gear, by the way. We don't need the MP. And then we are bringing Hogan in, too, for more rainbow. So we got 40, 40, and 30% rainbow gem damage in the trainers. So anything we hit is gravy, right? And if you were lucky enough to have Tech Rocky, I mean, that's your play right there. I'm not going to equip him because no one has him, hardly. And if you do, I hate you a little bit because I'll never get him. But I'm also happy for you and not jealous of how much you had to spend to get him. So it's fair you have him. You deserve him. So that's 140 million with a Ring of Royalty. As they say, that dog will hunt. This is one of the places the Ring of Royalty is actually really good on. There's not a lot. This is one of them. Because he's got a rainbow gem buff and he blows up the whole board. So it's quite good. And the rainbow gem buff he has is ginormous. I'm going to run it one more time just to give you guys kind of a peek at it. So when you add his gear to this build set, you have two options. What are those, Mherex? Well, I'm glad you asked, guys. Your options are you can either continue to 3-click it and hit harder, but I don't think you really need to. Or you can make it so you don't have to worry about MP up reversal. And by the way, his finisher, no finisher in the game is supposed to be reversed. If they're being reversed, their bug did not work incorrectly. Scopely knows about most of them. They're working on fixing them. Some of them take longer to fix than others. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. But there's some issues with some of them. Punk's finisher will not get reversed. I have tested that. So your MP up, if you can get rid of that, he's reversal free worry, because I don't think anyone's reversing X breaks yet. I'm sure it'll happen. So basically, you keep this very similar build and you just move over to this if you want to play this with gear, and then it's just 2-click, right? And he's going to hit exactly as hard as we just did with a 2-click. I didn't need to click that, right? You can see I'm already loaded. That was just me being stupid. That added no damage. That's just me being not smart because it's in the first slot. So it's the exact same damage with a 2-click with his gear as we had. And no chance of MP up reversal, right? So that's pretty cool. If you insist on still 3-clicking, I mean, that was the best one yet, 152 million. If you insist on still 3-clicking, just use another Hall of Fame if you don't have Rocky. If you have Tech Rocky, then maybe I could understand why you want to 3-click, just because it'll be hilarious. Now, let's go back. Or not go back, because it's going to do the exact same damage, gear or no gear. Yeah, and let's put a red Royal Rumble on so you guys can see what that does. Because the mystery plate, I call it mystery because it's rainbows, does, let me just type in red. Does do better on this build than the red Royal Rumble will. So this would be your secondary. And with no, let's just go back to no, whatever, red. Yeah, there we go. And in this case, you would swap Hogan for probably swap Hogan for Zombie Bailey or something, because you're going to get 40% red. It might be enough red to make up for the other stuff. It might not. I would probably still leave Hogan with the wild card, to be honest. With the even no matter and same build for any Royal Rumble. They're all going to get a little bit less as you go down, like I said, but it's still going to hit really hard, right? And then as far as if you wanted to 3-click with it, you would just slot in whatever red gem damage percentage you have that's the highest with a red Royal Rumble. Or if you wanted to double up on Hall of Famers for health, you could double Hall of Fame. So that's 121 million with the red Royal Rumble, right? So yeah. This is not what I wanted here. That's too soon, I think. No, it's not. It's not. Okay. So okay, you can do one more thing, and that's the anniversary plate. And so you can add the anniversary plate to all of this, Chemical X, and you're going to get 8 multiply gems on the board. When you make 8 X break gems, make 8 random gems into multiply gems of strength 8. So I'll show you again first without the gear, and I'll show you with the red Royal Rumble, then I'll take the red Royal Rumble off. with and without the gear. Because I wouldn't use the Red Royal Rumble or the Mystery Royal Rumble with this, because you just don't need to hit that hard. And it adds extra time. But you can. Oh, that's the 2-click build. We're getting ahead of ourselves there, Mherex. And also the 2-click build with will avoid this is what we want. There we go. Will avoid multiply too, is because you're just hitting the, I mean, I've explained this a lot. My brain is not braining right now. If you do the gem buff, the MP up buff first, you will avoid the reversal after you hit this on multiply, as long as your next move is the finisher, which it is. So now you're getting big buffs into the multiply gems, right? And that's why we're using double zombie, so we get buff those multiply gems. So that plus the Red Royal Rumble, that's 200 million. And you do the exact same damage 2-click, because with gear, all you do is you take out Butch and add in Woods, right? And that's your, because Lex is 2 purple MP, Woods is 4 purple MP for 6, and your gear is 4. So that gives you 10. And then your gear is 4, and your turn gives you 1 for 5 red for the X break, right? So when you slot in Woods here, you can do the exact same thing, 2-click, with 0 reversal worry, and hit for 200 million with the Red Royal Rumble. Again, you don't need it. You're going to hit harder with the mystery one, about 30 million, I think we concluded between the two of them, right? And I don't have tour perks, so this is actually what it would look like in Feud. Right? So, yeah, 200 million here, without reversal on 2 moves, if you want to use a Royal Rumble, right? And then if you don't, I'll show you my preferred build for him, 195 again, which is just the anniversary plate and no rumble. And as you guys have seen, the 2-click hits the same hardness as the 3-click once you add the gear. So you can hit harder 2-click if you want, but it's not necessary. All right, so here we go. A bippity boppity boop. Let's remove this. I'll just do 2-click first with the gear, and then I'll change the trainers and show you without the gear. Yeah, so this is how I run it on Mherex. I actually have the other moment on Mherex, but not this one, which is funny. And I don't have the gear yet. I want his gear super bad, super duper bad, so I can 2-click him. I 3-click him, and he hits usually 140 to 150 million, but that's because I have 150% strap. And that was 147 million because we got a big cascade on 2 clicks with just the Anniversary Chemical X, which doesn't have a lot of people fighting him for it. Mostly him and Dom. Judgment Day Dom. Those are the big 2 that I can think of off the top of my head right now. You could do some stuff with Rzar probably with it, but you don't really want to, you know, compared to those 2. And then so obviously if you're not 2-clicking it, well, that was the 2-click build. If you're not 2-clicking it, we're going to go back to here, 3-click it, and you can see the damage is going to be roughly the same, give or take. I mean, like, so if your multiplies, if a couple land on loot box gem, right, then you might only do like 120 to 140 if you get like 1 or 2 loot box gems. If you get a bunch of red gems, it's great. Also, while you're running the 3-click, there's one other thing you can do, because anytime you get a red gem, it makes a big difference for it. I'll show you. You can put the Valkyrie plate on, which is actually the ultimate plate I have ran on Mherex with him. So that was 124 million, right? So you saw a fairly big variance because it depends where the multiplies go, right? And like in the Valkyrie plate, when you're 3-clicking, gives you 100% to red gem damage, ultimate. I think eventually we get an X-Break ultimate plate, and it'll take Punk even farther. But I think you guys, if you watch the LA Knight video and you watch this Punk video, I think you can see the vast difference between the 2. when you're comparing ease of play, lack of reversals, and just how hard his top end is. I think his low end is better, and I think his high end is substantially better than LA. That was the wrong plate. Than LA Knight Velk. Right? So I think he wins on both counts, but especially by mid as you start adding stuff, he just gets better and better and better, and then just kind of blows him away. So how many people do you know in the game that can 2-click for 140 million damage with 0 reversal worry at the moment? I'll wait. Let me know in the comments. It's pretty short list. Austin can do, like, I want to say 90 million, 100 million, Powerhouse Austin with a crap ton of moments in a Frankie plate. So honestly, Punk with gear to me is the best feuding powerhouse in the game with gear. And that's saying something. I would put Austin number 2 behind this build that you just saw, you know, with Punk on the 2-click. And that was like, what, 135 mil? Yeah. So those would be my top 2 feuding powerhouses in the game right now. And yeah, so I think you can argue, I mean, with where he can hit and how quick he hits with it and all of the different options. So the reason I hesitate to say he's better even than Penta, this year's S tier, is because Penta's got that new mechanic going for him, and he's really, really versatile with all the stuff he could do. So it's not quite comparing the same in their different classes, right? But I think it's Penta and Punk are by far the 2 best fighting zombies in the game. And I think I've shown why I say that about Punk, and why I say the clear choice is to take Punk over LA Knight if you're choosing right now. If you're watching both of these later on, you might be like wondering, why is Mherex saying all this stuff about Punk in LA? It's because they're both on a prize wall right now, right? So anyway, let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope I showed my reason for why when people ask me, I say I take Zombie Punk all day, every day over LA Knight Zombie. So hopefully I showed you. Let me know what you think in the comments. And remember to like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to post this tonight and post 4 videos today, which is more than I like to, because people are making prize wall choices. And if I have time in the morning, I will try and do a Zombie Uso video like this too, for people trying to decide between Zombie Sammy and Zombie Uso. Then you guys will have that comparison as well. So I'll try and do that in the morning. No promises. I'll do my best. But thanks for watching, guys, and good luck out there. Yeah, please like, subscribe, and share too. Peace. Pretty please. Right, meow?